What is up, guys? Everyone here, coming at you with my Vendread deck profile. Now, this is basically the TCG exclusive that we have this year, probably the better one of the two. Now, sorry that I wasn't being available in the last week, guys. I'm sorry, I just have my own life and I have some busy things to do, so I kind of haven't had the time to record videos. But yeah, I'm back now and I'm going to start my Vendread deck profile. Just before we begin, the Vendread Chimera, which is the other ritual monster, is the only card I'm missing, so I'm not running it, I'm not proxying it, I'm just playing without it, but I will tell you guys which card you can take out for it. So without further ado, let's get started. So to start things off with the Vendread monsters, you want to run triple copies of your ritual monsters, which is Vendread Slayer. Vendread Slayer is really cool because it can be ritual summoned with any Vendread ritual spell, and once per battle, this card can, when you battle an opponent monster, you can banish one zombie type from your graveyard and you gain 300 attack. And when this ritual summon card is sent to the graveyard, you add a ritual spell from your deck to your hand, and if you do, send one Vendread monster from your deck to the graveyard. So it's really cool. So this guy is really awesome because he's just like, it sounds really stupid to just 2400 that just boost itself by banishing zombies, but you have your other monsters to give him effect, which we'll get into it. But also banishing your own zombie monsters in the graveyard actually can be really nice, because sometimes you want to banish not useful zombies in the graveyard, and sometimes you actually even triggering their effects when they're in the graveyard. So free Vendread Slayers, in my opinion, are really good. Next up, we want to run double Revenant, which if you had Chimera, I would recommend to take one of these. Double Hound Horde, and double Striges, which is your Vendread monsters. Now, I'm saying that you need only one Chimera because, you don't really need more than one. She's searchable, and after you, it's searchable, sorry. And after you just use it more than one, you can just use it for a Mizuki fodder, so you don't need, in my opinion, more than one, and I recommend to cut the Revenant, which we get to it why. So every single one of those monsters has the ability to, basically, when it's sent to the graveyard by a specific something, it revive itself by activating its effect, or you activate its effect, and then you basically get it on the board, and then it banish when it's leave the field. And it's also when you use it for a ritual summon while it's on the field, you get to give your ritual Vendread monster ability. So for the first one, that is Revenant, which in my opinion is the worst one. Like I said, it's need to be destroyed by opponent battle or card effect. So yeah, that's really annoying. But when but when you use it for a ritual summon, you can use as a quick effect. You can target one special summon monster your opponent control and banish it. Hound Horde, on the other hand, is a lot more better. Hound Horde, you basically discard a Vendread card from your hand, special summon this card from the graveyard, and then he giving you your Vendread monster as a quick effect to banish a spell and trap card on the field. So that's really cool. And then Vendread Striges is basically activates effect only when it's sent to the graveyard from anywhere. So even if it's getting from the banish zone back to the graveyard, that's counted as sent to the graveyard, and you get to activate its effect. You need to reveal a Vendread spell, not spell, trap. You need to reveal a Vendread card other than in your hand, other than him. I don't think it's other than him, but yeah, not other than him. Other Vendread spell, not spell, I don't know why I'm saying spell. Other Vendread card in your hand, and then you can special summon him from the graveyard, and giving your monster the ability to, after damage calculation, if it's battled an opponent monster, you can just draw one card and discard one card, which is really cool. I don't think it should have been just draw one card, or something a lot more fair, but whatever. It's okay, it does help you fill the graveyard. So 2, 3, 2, 2, and 2. Recommend to cut this down to 1 if you have the Chimera, and just play it at 1. And that's pretty much it for the Vendread monsters. You don't really need more than that. I'm hoping we get better monster support, like a good level 1, which really helps. But yeah, that's it for that. And now we'll move on to the next zombie engine of the deck. You want to run triple Solitaire, Soul Eater, a double Spirit Master, and the one Spectral Sword, as well as free Mizuki and free Unizombie, not Zombie. Now, Unizombie and Mizuki are really simple, and as you can see, this is, I think, a German Mizuki. I will just show you guys. I'm not 100% sure what language it is, but I'm pretty sure it's a German Mizuki. Please tell me in the comments down below. But as you know, Mizuki is the most simple card out of all of them. Mizuki allow you to banish himself, not once per turn, and special summon a zombie from the graveyard. It can even be itself. Unizombie, on the other hand, is the best tuner of the deck because you can discard one card from your hand, increase a monster card, increase a face-up monster on the field level by 1, or you can just activate its effect that only zombie monsters can attack this turn and send a zombie from the deck to the graveyard, and then you can increase a level of a card by 1, and you can only use each effect once per turn. So it's really, really helpful to help you go to like Omegas and everything like that, so that's really, really cool. And then you have a Solitaire, which you contribute it and special summon a tuner with a 0 defense from a zombie tuner from your deck with 0 defense, which is most of the time Unizombie or Spectral Sword. And then when it get banished, it special summon one of your banished Shirano monsters except himself to the field, which is really, really cool. Spectral Sword, as we talk about, Spectral Sword is probably the worst one, but it does open up some synchro plays that you wouldn't be able to do without it, because it's a level 2 as well. If this card is sent to your graveyard except the turn it was sent to the graveyard, you can banish it into a zombie type monster and then synchro summon immediately into a zombie type synchro monster. So it does let you use some things that you can do with, like, you can do without, like, you can't do without Plague Spreader Zombie, something weird like that. I don't understand 1% how the ruling works, but for example, it's let you summon from your extra deck, if you're using a level 4, an Archfiend Zombie Skull, even though you don't have a Plague Spreader Zombie. I don't 100% understand how that works, but it works. Spirit Master, on the other hand, is basically when you normal summon it, you get the ability to special summon a Shiranu monster from your hand or graveyard, which is really cool, except himself, and when it banishes, pop a card on the board. So it's pretty simple. Most of the time you use Shiranu to just return this, and this is just basically a extender, so you can do whatever you want. I'm sorry that it took a lot of time, but that's pretty much it for your zombie monsters. All of your zombie monsters, that's pretty much it for the monsters. Now we'll move on to the spells. So first off, 2 of the new field spell, Vendread Knights. This card, what it does, you discard a card of Vendread monster from your deck to your hand, which is really a shame. I would wish it was any Vendread card, but whatever. You can only use the effect once per turn, so that's why I'm only running 2. And the 1, Terraforming, because it's a hard once per turn. And if a Vendread, when your Vendread monster destroys an opponent monster by battle, you can banish one Vendread monster from your graveyard and attack an opponent monster again in a row. So essentially, if you have enough Vendread monsters in the graveyard for your Vendread Slayer, you can just like attack. So this card is really cool. Not sure it's like worth to run as a free off, so that's why I'm running 3 and 1. We'll see in the future, but for now it's working really okay. Next up for the Vendread cards, you want to run triple of your only ritual spell, which is Vendread Origin. Real simple. It's summon any Vendread monster from your hand or graveyard, ritual monster of course, and then you can banish zombies from your graveyard as well and use zombies on your field, and you can even exceed the level, which is actually really important. And then when a Vendread Slayer of yours will get destroyed, you can banish this card from the graveyard instead, which is again really important. And to search this card, because it has the name of Vendread Slayer on it, we're running triple copies of Preparation of Rites. I don't run Preparation of Rites, A, because I don't own it, B, because we don't have enough ritual monsters yet. I don't believe you need Preparation of Rites, and it does clog after a while, because, like, you can add back ritual spells, but, like, after a while, just, like, you can't use it to search more monsters, which is, it's okay, but not that good. And that's pretty much it for that. And then for the other generic spells, we want to run Foolish Burial because it's zombie deck, 1 Soul Charge because it's awesome, 1 Burial from Different Dimension because it's returning a lot of your fodder zombie, which is really important, and then triple Lure Darkness because you have something like 12 targets in the deck, and this is mostly a dark deck, so that's really cool. And that's pretty much it for spells. Now we'll move on for the traps. So for the traps, you want to run 2 copies of Vendread Reunion. In my opinion, I would run it at 1 if it was searchable, because this card is really cool. This card has the ability to just, like, you can, as long as you can ritual summon, so if your opponent just debarrier you cannot activate this, you can reveal 1 Vendread monster, ritual monster from your hand, then special summon any number of your banished Vendread monsters with different names in face down defense position, and then you can tribute those to do a ritual summon. It's counted as a ritual summon, so it's really cool. And That's really, really nice. So you can, for example, if you have a Vendread Slayer in your hand, and you have a Vendread Revenant and a Vendread Striges banished, you can special summon those two face down, and then tribute them, and then special summon the Vendread Slayer, and he still will gain their effects, because they're count as on the field, in a way. I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think he will get an effect. Worst case scenario, you still get the Ritual Summon. I'm not 1% sure about that, so don't cut me on my word, but I think he will get their abilities because they're on the field. So we'll see about that, what you think in the comment below, and I'll playtest that a little bit more to see if that not was a bag. But the next card we're running, the last card we're running is Spectral, is a Shiranui style Swallow Slash. Try to say this 10 times. Anyway, this card is basically, you already know what it does. It's helpful for Shiranui. You just tribute a zombie, pop 2 cards, and banish a Shiranui. So most of the time you banish Spirit Master, and you just destroy 3 cards. And that's pretty much it for the main deck. Now we'll move on to the extra deck. So if we start swinging off, you want to run one of each of the Shiranui Ritual, Synchro monsters, because I just like every single one of them. Every single one of them is good for its time. This one is just the best one. This one is like the second best one in my opinion. Like, you know, you can summon in the way of turn summoning easily, and this one is just a beater. And that's pretty much it for that. You already know what their effect does, so I'm not going to explain way too much. And then double of Omega, because Omega is Omega. I don't think you need a third one. I never find myself in a situation I need a third one, because most of the time it just was enough for me to just build my board to just win the game. But we'll see how that goes, and I might actually will want a third one. We'll see how that goes, like I said again. And then one copy of Stardust Spark, because it's preventing your monsters to be destroyed. One Glitters and Wings Synchro Dragon, because I'm playing testing that. I'm not 100% sure if I don't want a Black Rose again. Same goes for Samurai Destroyer, because it does help you to just negate some annoying monsters and effects in the battle phase and just like attack over them really, really easily. One Archfiend Zombie Skull, just like I showed earlier, and one Coral Dragon to be your other level 6, and another Draw, which is really, really cool, and another Stepping Stone for an Omega, which is, again, really, really cool. And that's pretty much it for the Synchros, 10 Synchros, I believe, and then for the Xyz, I run one copy of Silent Runner Arc, one Castell for removal, both of these are making sense, one Big Minerva to just, to mill if I need to, one Break Sword for rank 3s, and one Lavier for rank 3s to return cards to the field, and just like return banish cards, which is really, really cool. So yeah, that's it for the extra deck, and that does it for my Vendread deck profile. Pretty simple. Hope you guys enjoy. Hope you guys didn't think it was way too much time that I explained the cards, and I did it in the right way. So once again, hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and remember, creativity is the key in this game. Have a good day, guys.